We were inside of a big tank on wheels, releasing a bearing off of a shaft.
A few months ago, farmer Randy Turkelson was doing a little repair work at his son's metal shop.
A piece of shrapnel came off the bearing race, went in my wrist here and nicking a vein, so then we had blood coming out.
Had he not been able to control that bleeding, it could have been, spiraled downward pretty quickly.
Crawl out of the equipment and get on the ground, and then it was dripping on the floor pretty good.
And they said, that's bleeding pretty bad, and it started bleeding again. So Dad said, go get my tourniquet out of the truck.
Who keeps a personal tourniquet on hand? Well, those whose daughters happen to give them as Father's Day gifts and say,
Dad, take this in case you ever need it. Well, she knows my past history, so she was pretty sure I'd get to use it sometime.
This is identical to the one that my dad used.
You see, Maria Flor is a nurse at the Mayo Clinic Health System Clinic in Springfield, Minnesota. She also happens to be the facility's trauma coordinator.
That story is so poignant. It's just so amazing. In fact, Maria is a real special person.
Dr. Donald Jenkins is director of Mayo Clinic's Level 1 Trauma Center. When he spoke about controlling bleeding at a training session, Maria took it to heart.
So one of the comments that Dr. Jenkins made was,
I believe there should be a tourniquet in every combine, just as there is in every ambulance.
Which really was like an aha moment for me, because my dad and my brother farm.
Maria now plans to take the message even further to the tens of thousands of attendees at farm shows.
So now when we go back to Farm Fest in August, we can say, we've done this, we've proved this, and here's the guy that can tell you about it,
I think every industrial plant ought to have tourniquets.
Dr. Jenkins says tourniquets should always be kept readily accessible.
We're going to turn this windlass until the bleeding stops and we feel that there's no pulse.
And he recommends this high-quality design, the kind stocked in emergency department trauma rooms.
Still in pretty good shape, so it's back in the truck again.
A Father's Day gift that keeps on giving.
Good things to have when you need them.
For the Mayo Clinic News Network, I'm Dennis Douda.